The Hauck family name is synonymous with Montana Grizzlies football, from Tim Hauck as a player to Robby Hauck's time as the head coach. But since 2018, another Hauck has been making his own way in a Griz jersey, safety Robby Hauck. And the youngest Hauck is nearing his opportunity to etch his name into UM lore. Robby Hauck is just 3 tackles away from breaking the school's all-time tackles record. It's the culmination of Hauck getting thrown into the fire right away in 2018 and growing from there.
I was fortunate enough to be out there as a young player in my career. Just being able to be named a captain as a junior, I thought that was by far my biggest achievement that I've had in football, to be recognized by my teammates. And then again this year, once again, just putting the Montana Grizzly jersey on Saturdays is the best, and it's been a dream come true.
But of course, Robby Hauck essentially grew up in the Griz program. When his father was in his first stint as the Griz head coach, Robby was just a kid soaking up every moment around the program.
I remember the players used to love throwing tape balls at me in the locker room and Twinkies, all that kind of stuff. It's all the post-game stuff, hanging out with those guys. I thought it was the best.
Eventually, Robby grew up and wanted to pursue college football as well. Because the elder Hauck was often busy coaching at the college level, he never coached Robby growing up. In fact, he wasn't often able to make games because of his responsibilities as a coach. But Robby Hauck is a guy who was also coached by his father growing up, and it's been a positive experience for both of them.
It's been fun. It's been truly enjoyable. I didn't know that would be the case out the gate, but it's been really fun. And when I look at it, if you're a college coach and your son's playing, if he's not on your team, you don't get to watch him play, maybe ever. So that's been great.
But after Robby spent a redshirt year at Northern Arizona, he joined up with his dad for the first time as player and coach when Robby was hired back at UM in his second stint.
He called and said he wanted to come, so we talked through some of the pros and cons of it. He still wanted to come, and I thought he could help us, so I'm glad he came. It's worked out pretty well.
Worked out, it has. And the two said even though it was uncharted waters, it wasn't a difficult transition to make.
You know, the best thing is all we do is talk football or fishing, and I'm sure everybody's heard that 1,000 times from us. But when I told him I wanted to come play for him here at Montana, it was kind of like, all right, look, it might not be the smoothest ride for you. We're going to have to decide when I'm dad and when I'm coach, but it really just sorted itself out, and it's been good.
But he always jokes, coach shows up in August and dad comes back about Christmas time.
While his focus is on his final year, Robby said coaching is something he'd also like to pursue someday. But through it all, Robby said he's enjoyed the experience, and for Robby, this opportunity at Montana has given him a chance to connect even more with his dad.
But I think just being able to spend a lot of time with him over the past 5.5 years has been great. You know, I've told some people it's probably the most time I'll ever spend with my dad in my entire life, which is something I'll cherish forever, and it's been great.
Reporting in Missoula, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.